Let's move that back there. Hi. Sorry, just tuning in and checking that everything's working properly. Okay, let's have a look. How are we, beautiful people? That's what that digging is. It's like, can we turn that off? It's so noisy. Okay, I don't know. Good morning. I'm just going to call you Cat, or do I have to say it twice? Awesome. All right, I'm just going to pull up. So I'm live on Spiritual Events Directory and Spirit Readings page at the moment. Welcome, welcome. I'm OptiMystic Xavier. Hey, Kerry. All right, so I'm just going to go pull up on my phone Spiritual Events Directory so I can make sure I see comments on both pages. Do I have the sound down so I don't... Oh, yep. Let's go see myself talking live. Where am I? Bear with me. Why does it take 3 years to scroll? I can't find myself. I know I'm live in both. Oh, did I forget? Oh yeah, cross-post more pages. I hadn't done it yet. That would help. No wonder I couldn't find myself. Okay, now I should be working at both. I'll refresh the page. There I am. Now I'm live on Spiritual Events Directory and Spirit Readings. So, good. All right. Just making sure. Can't forget that because somebody might be watching that usually sees me. So now I've got both pages open with the comments so I can see, yeah, who's on there. Awesome. Thank you for joining me. Let me know if you're on here for the first time with me or if you've been on this page for ages and love watching all the different readers come on and talk about their stuff. I would love to know. Okay, awesome. Middle of the day. Actually it's a bit cold today. How weird is it with the weather? Oh, if you're in Melbourne, that is. Like it's been so hot and now like I wish I had my Ugg boots on today. I'm cold. Suki Lala, I prefer summer. Just gonna comment on here too. Make sure I can see the comments. Here we are. Good. Beautiful. All right, so today we're going to talk about manifesting. That's what I've popped up in the comment section, and I often tune in the morning or just before, even sometimes, depends on the day, to find out what I need to be talking about today specifically. So for those of you watching, some of you must need a bit of tweaking to do with manifesting and how to manifest. So does anybody want to share with me? It would be great to see where you're at with manifesting. Do you understand what it means? Do you manifest easily? Where do you feel you manifest? So manifest means bring in the things that you want to create. So does anyone find things keep happening for you or not? Would you want to tweak, how to get better at manifesting? I'd love to know if you have a little practice that you do, anything like that. While I'm just waiting to see if anyone wants to share, if you're in the mood for sharing today. Yeah, so I'm OptiMystic Xavier. I've been doing this work for quite a few years now, and I really, really love helping people find their best self. Spiritually coaching, I'm a mentor. I balance chakras, I do theta healing. Some of my passions are past life healing and release as well. I really love doing that, and that's what I'm going to be doing next week. I already got shown that for next week, talking about past lives, and I will be picking somebody to do a past life reading for, so I'll talk about more about that at the end as well. But yeah, today is manifesting. I'm based in Epping in Victoria, but obviously you can see me online as well, and because healings and readings are just as powerful online as they are in person. The only thing I can't do online, obviously, is massage. I'm also a massage therapist. And I do intuitive body work as well, which is really great. It's like a massage with extra shiny energy, and sometimes when you've got those tricky knots that are quite painful, I can get them out with energy healing, so you don't have to go through the elbow in the back for certain tricky spots. So yes, that one has to be in person though. I can do healing without the physical touch long distance as well, but sometimes it's nice to get a massage, isn't it? I'm getting mine next week, so yes, awesome. No one wants to talk to me today. What's going on? Oh wait, there we go. I have to scroll. We got a best time on some of the Gold Coast. Oh, I'm jealous. It's so warm. Beautiful, aren't you lucky? All right, so with manifesting, what I wanted to talk about is to help you tweak and improve the manifesting. If you're here for a card reading, I'm going to be doing them later on in the session, honey. So I'll be asking for specific questions later on in this hour, okay? So first, because I like to, these are OptiMystic Psychic Development, because my business name is OptiMystic Xavier. My theme is OptiMystic Psychic Development. So I want to help people to tune in and improve and with their own intuition and psychic abilities, if you have any, and everybody does, just to help you from the way I do things. And we all have different mentors in our life. So it's great to learn different things to help you with your life in general. And these are things I do talk about more, obviously, when you have one-on-ones with me, but I just like to touch on some subjects to help you in your journey in this life. So if you're happy to tune in for that, fantastic. Otherwise, come back in the second half of this live for just the readings. That's fine too. So with manifesting, I know a lot of people do things like vision boards and just saying what you want to attract. To give it more power and to make what you're looking for stronger, it's fantastic to really focus and hone in on exactly on what you want, what you're looking for. We don't always get the things we're looking for and want, though, because it might not be aligned with your higher purpose, and it might not be aligned with exactly what you're supposed to be learning in your lessons and stuff in your life. So that's sometimes why things don't always go, if you're wishing to win Tats Lotto or something like that, it's not always exactly what you're supposed to be doing with your life at that time. So it can be a little bit tricky sometimes. But a lot of people don't realize how good they are at manifesting, because what you say and what you think about is a magnet for what you attract in your life. So if you think about, do you talk more about the amazing things that are happening in your life and what you do want to happen and what's great? Do you talk about that more or less than when you're complaining about what's not going right and what you don't want to happen? Like, say you're not feeling well and it's like, oh no, I don't want to get sick, I don't have time for that. If you say that, for example, you're actually attracting to the little niggle that you have in your throat to be more likely to grow into something worse. But if you start getting that tickle in your throat, even when other people might be, say, sick around you with a cold, and you're just saying all the time, I'm healthy and well, you're way more likely to attract being healthy and well. All right, that's an example. So you just got to be careful of your thoughts. It's really, really powerful, and we just seem to forget or don't realize. So everyone's really good at manifesting, and if you think life's just not working, you're not in flow, and things don't seem to be going your way quite often, it's because you're accidentally, not even knowing sometimes, accidentally attracting things that you don't want, because that's what you're thinking about. Does that make sense? So that can actually be the biggest catalyst for a lot of people's questions when they want readings and stuff for, because you can change the outcome of your life. You can change so much. But you have to be consistent and do the work yourself. You can't just say one time something positive and expect it to happen straight away. You need to live and breathe it and believe you already have it to bring it into the present. I'm not saying like, I'll be happy when I get a new job. So instead, you could change that energy to bring that new job and the happiness in faster. You can just focus on what makes you happy now instead, because then your vibration is higher and you're more likely to attract that new job, because you are happy, you are focusing on what's good and what's working well, and you're bringing in the energy and saying that you have it now. You're kind of like, thank you, Jen, I'm glad that makes sense. You're like I often say it's like you feel like you're lying sometimes, but you're really just manifesting. So if you aren't surrounded by very positive, happy people at work, say you've got a bit of a toxic environment at work, rather than going into work saying, oh no, here we go, I'm going to be surrounded by these, whatever you want to call them again, instead of saying that, try going into work every day saying, I'm excited to be surrounded by shiny, like-minded, intelligent people, for example. Just pick whatever words you want. What kind of people do you want to be surrounded by? Okay. What happens is the energy starts shifting, and it doesn't happen straight away. You actually have to work on it and be consistent and keep doing it. And that's where a lot of people fall flat. They can't be bothered doing the work and sticking to something, and it's hard. Sometimes we will get into the habit for 3 days and have these great intentions, and then it wears off and we just don't do it anymore. So yeah, saying something like that, like I'm excited to go to work surrounded by these positive, shiny people, it will start to shift the energy. You'll either create, and you are powerful, you can do it. You are then creating energy change within them and their personalities, right? Especially if you're radiating joy and gratitude and health and all these wonderful things too, it rubs off, all right? So they either start shifting, they literally, I've had so many stories, they actually leave, change jobs. That's how you get rid of a boss. But then the other part of it also is the universe working with you. Sometimes, say in a work situation, the universe will make you uncomfortable, so you move. So if you've not been listening to your higher self and not, you might have been putting out there that you want a new job, like you're not happy where you are, and then you get this new boss who's a total wanker you just really don't like, and they're just rubbing you the wrong way all the time. The universe is actually giving you a nudge to go out and find that new job and actually do something about it instead of just saying it. You're not even looking on LinkedIn or Seek, you're not even looking for jobs, but you're saying you want to move, and then they give you a crappy boss, so you move to like push you along, and you still don't listen. Like, it happens all the time. Every second client I have, I reckon there's a kind of similar scenario where that's how the universe works. So you're manifesting it, and then when it happens, you end up complaining about this boss, and yet you don't want there. So that's the universe saying, okay, time to go, let's do something about it. Like, let's manifest. What exactly do you want? What kind of job do you want? So to make manifesting even stronger, you could write a letter to the universe, for example. Write down exactly what you're looking for. Not has to be this job with exactly this much pay, all right? You can, it's good. There's two parts. You want to be specific, but then you also want to leave it open to the universe because it might have a better idea than what you can possibly imagine. Because if you have blinkers on, it has to be a certain way, you're missing out on other opportunities, all right? So I'd word, to say it is to do with a job, I would word it something like, I would like to work within hours that suit my family, rather than saying it needs to be a 10 till 3 job, a 10 till 2 job or something, right? Hours that work in with my family, because it could also be ideas that you hadn't thought of yet, because maybe it's work from home optional, things like that. You would like to earn at least this much money, for example, you could say, because it could be more, so don't say specifically how much you need to earn. You would like to be surrounded by certain types of inspirational people, or the kind of energy you would like to work around, you would put in the letter. You want it to be challenging, interesting enough, or maybe you just want it to be a job where you don't have to think. Just write whatever it is that you want in that, but don't say it has to be in a certain industry, for example, because that's what you think is all you know, because then you're closing the door to other things that you didn't even know you were qualified for or would be a possibility. So does that make sense? Like, that's how you word it. And then I would always finish the letter off with, may all this or something better come along, which is just like foolproof way to ensure that it's open to all possibilities. And that's just a really great way to fine tune your manifesting ability, which is really, really great. And then you can burn that letter, which is great, because if you keep reading over it all the time and looking at it, obsessing over it, you're showing that you don't trust that the universe has the message and they're working on it. All right, so then you still need to take some action steps. You put it out there, and then you go searching, instead of just sitting down and waiting for someone to literally come and knock on your door and go, hey, I have a job for you. You still actually have to do some work. So you put it out there, and then you notice all the little signs, because then you're actively looking, which keeps the momentum going, and then somebody mentions to you about a role that they've seen somewhere, or you'd be really good at this, and then that's the universe popping the idea in their head to mention to you, and then you might go look that up because they mentioned it to you. That's how the universe gives you signs. It's not always it's hardly ever a really obvious slap in the face sign. Okay, you might write this letter and put it out there with the universe that what you want to manifest, and then your thing might be a feather or a coin or something that you often find, or a certain color that you see, or an animal that pops up on a, maybe your sign is a crab and that's your thing, and then you see, you're thinking about a certain position and not sure if it's right for you, and then you see a crab symbol on a truck go past. You're like, oh, that was right when I was thinking about that. That's how signs work, because the whole point of signs is to let you use your intuition and start to notice the little things and trust your intuition. If it was a big slap in the face, it's too easy. We're not going to learn anything. It's meant to be hard. It's meant to challenge us. So that's why, hey Tanya, that's why we get signs like that. So that's part of manifesting too, is, okay, show me a sign. You can say in the letter or whatever it is that you want to, however you want to do it. You can word this. I just prefer writing. That's me, because then I can see it all and I've got it all organized. And you can say, I would like to find a feather in an obscure place to make it obvious that you've got the message and you're working on it with me. Thank you. I used to do that all the time. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm looking for feathers, obviously. But I would say an obscure place. So it wasn't just a feather anywhere where you can see a cat attacked a bird. I want it to be obvious. And so it'll be something like, when I was doing readings at the market on Sunday in Bulla, the sign is funny. The sign my client had asked for was a feather. And as we were talking, this tiniest little feather starts dancing around the table, did a loop and then went off. It was just beautiful timing. It was weird. Well, there you go. That's a sign. So, but yeah, you can ask for that kind of stuff when you're manifesting. So be aware when people believe things like, oh, it happens in threes. When something breaks in your house, you're like, oh no, here we go. 2 more things are going to happen. It's not because it happens in threes. It's because you expect it to, and you're attracting it. And that can trigger people sometimes when I say something like this. You're like, I don't attract bad luck. Yeah, accidentally you do. That's just how it works. So if you want something to change, you need to do something different. So watching your words, having a think about what you're saying. How often are you gossiping or complaining? If there's an issue happening around you and you keep telling the story about it to everyone when they ask how you are, it keeps it around you longer. So if you can say, oh, there's been some stuff coming up, but I'm doing amazing now, everything's going to work out great. That is shifting. You're not lying. You're manifesting that it does work out great, and you're pushing that energy away from you. All right. So that's basically all that is in a nutshell. Is there any more questions? Have you got something you want to manifest? Because I'm not doing card readings right at this second, but if there's something you are trying to manifest and you would like some help with, let me know. And I'd love to give some tips of how you can word that, how I can help you with that. And it could be part of the reading is something you want to manifest. So let me know in the comments. I know while I'm waiting, I'll just see there's how I be manifest. Things just work for me when I think about stuff and I'm looking for it. It just happens because I'm in flow. Things just work. Things just go really well. And for example, I wanted a jacket, a new winter jacket, a nice coat, like a fitted, and I had it in my head. I wanted like a fitted grey coat with a double-breasted with some fluff here, just to go out when you're dressing up and you want to wear something nice, not casual. And I wanted it in a certain budget. This was a few years ago, and I only had, I think it was $100 at the time to spend. And so I put it out there that I'm going to go shopping, and this day I was going to find the jacket in my budget. So that was my manifesting before I left. I'm driving, thinking about that. Anyway, I looked at heaps of shops, and the last shop I thought, okay, this is the last one. I walked in there, had a look around, and right at the back of the store on a rack was the perfect jacket in my size. I tried it on and went, oh my gosh, this is perfect. Except it was $200, double the price. I went, oh man, so close. So I actually said, thank you, universe, for showing me a sign towards what I was looking for. Great. And then I was walking out a bit dejected because I could afford it, but I didn't want to, because I said, no, I'm not spending more than 100. That was my manifestation. That's what I'm doing. I want it to be a bargain. And as I'm walking out, I just stopped, and I don't usually like getting approached by the staff in shops. I like to just do my own thing. That's just me. Anyway, I just stopped and looked at the lady behind the counter, and then she smiled and said, "How you going?" I said, "I'm really good. Found the perfect jacket. Unfortunately, it's like not in the budget. What a bugger." And she goes, "Well, you know what? We have like a VIP sale today, and I'll just pretend you told me the secret code word, and you can have 50% off." And I just went, "Of course. Awesome. Thank you so much. That is, what's the secret word?" So, and then of course I joined up the VIP list because that was just awesome. Like, yeah, you know, great customer service. And I bought the jacket for $100 exactly what I asked for. So, and I still have it and I love it and I wear it all the time. So yeah, that's how you manifest, just expecting things to happen and it just happens. Just creating it, thinking about it, like even a car space. When you're driving, yes, it's raining and I'm like, I really want to park right at the front of the shops. Thank you so much. And then it's there. Okay, so that's part of also being in flow when you're thinking and manifesting, being balanced, having your chakras done, things like that. It helps you be more in flow. And then manifesting is just quicker and easier. I was trying to click with the wrong hand. That's better. That's just sort of makes it smoother. But that's how you bring things into your space. And I want everybody to be able to do that. Little things, big things, you know, manifest the job you want, the house you want, the love of your life, all those kind of things. So I hope those tips helped you. I can see manifesting. Someone manifested, Tanya manifested the house you own. Is that what you're saying? That's really cool. I would like to manifest a pathway forward to move to Brisbane. Oh, I need to manifest a way for work to allow me to move there in my current role. That's awesome. All right, so you could write something down like, yeah, like I'm just writing, like I'm really excited to move to Brisbane, looking at the suburbs and in particular, like the areas that you want to live in, like looking it up, sticking a picture, for example, up to like really focus on. Saying things before you go to work every day, like I'm really excited that my work supports me in my move to Brisbane, things like that. Just saying that all the time, like things like that. Even if you don't feel like it's true at the moment, just say it anyway. Think it, yeah, what you think you create, you know, like just fake it till you create it. That's what I was thinking of. You just want to say it to make it happen faster, like bring it into the present, even if it's not quite true yet. You're manifesting it. So yeah, fine tuning it like that. And you can also add in there, maybe sort of something better come along, because what if it's not manifesting because it's actually the universe has a better idea for you that you hadn't thought of yet. So there could be more than maybe it being in Brisbane. There could be other ideas. So just always add that in there just in case. Even if you think, nah, there can't be anything better, that's what I want to do. Your higher self has had more lives, you know, and knows your whole story. You just know the story in the body that you're in. So I would trust your higher self and what they want to help you with more, for sure. All right, so I would love to answer some questions with the cards. I use energy oracle cards. So I show you, so in case you like them and you want to go order them yourself, Sandra and Taylor energy oracle cards. So you can go look them up if you like the cards that I do my readings with. Gotta give them a plug. I won those cards actually in a competition and they resonated with me, and of course they were meant to be mine. I had so many oracle cards and then I've ended up getting rid of most of mine, and I had like 20 decks that I used to work with, and now I have about 3 that I work with the most. So, and I only own like 5 now. I sold them all because these are my favorites. So I would love, no worries, Ben. Hey Stephen, thanks for tuning in. Good timing, you came with the reading timing. You missed all my other chit chat. So if you have a specific question, great if it's about manifesting, because that's the topic that we're on. I could just be asking for you about manifesting something that you want to happen, like how you can work on that or what you can do to help it along. So if you're still watching, I would love you to ask. I don't do general readings, Tanya. I just do specific questions when I do these cards, sorry darling, because that's just how my style and how I read, and it helps everything move along faster when I'm doing these lives, because a general reading, these cards aren't as good for that, because when I can give you a specific answer, I'd rather be able to do that for you so you can move along and have a plan. Otherwise, I'm trying to ask you questions back and forwards and figure out exactly what you want to know. Yeah, I don't need the cards to read, but it's just nice for you guys to see the card as well and help you have a visual. So if you can tell me what topic you would like to know about, and I'll help word the question. So for example, say you want to know something about, say you're dating somebody and you want some more information on, is this the right partner for you at this time? I will have a look at the energy around them as a person and the potential for you two as a couple. So I might pick 2 cards. Financial reading, thank you, darling. So to be more specific, I would like to know, like, is there a financial decision you need to make, or do you want to know how to manifest more abundance into your life at the moment? So what is it that, do you have a specific question around finances, or you just want to know how to create more wealth? So if you let me know that. Another person financial reading, so I hope you're listening to that. So the same kind of question, being more specific, and I'll give you a spot on specific answer for like a plan of action of what you need to do. So because we have time, I will do like a step 1, step 2 outcome or something like that instead of just picking one card. Okay, so post a bit more specific what you want to know. Okay, I'm going to look on here. Everyone wants to know finances today. Oh, and we have a manifesting good health. And your eye surgery, how is it going to go? Okay, so Yolanda, you asked that first, up further. All right, so how's it going to go? Right, I'm going to have a look at the energy around how your eye surgery is going to go. Good, so it's not a yes or no question, so I'll ask that first. The energy around, and I'll come back to the other guys, so don't stress. I'd like to know, how's your eye surgery going to go? I'm doing 2 cards. I'm just shooting and they're just showing me 2 cards. One card is the energy around how the surgery is going to go, and the other card, Yolanda, is anything you need to do to help you prepare for your surgery that you're sort of like not aware of. I can't speak today. All right, anything you need to know. So the first one, how the surgery is going to go. The second one is what do you need to do to help prepare you for the surgery. Awesome. Okay. How's it going to go? And what do you need to do? All right, so how the surgery is going to go, it's the strategy card. So it's a very it's just showing me the steps are in place and there's a plan of action, and it's all going to go by the book is what I just got added extra. So it's going to go by the book, easy going, which feels really good. So I'm happy with that. I hope you're happy with that, Yolanda. And then the card I pulled for you to ask what you need to do to prepare, I got the community card, which is beautiful. So it's just like, whoa, ask for assistance, make sure you let people help who want to help, and be there for you. So if you need some people helping you around the house, just so you can take it easy, people in the lead up and things like that, just let the community, let your team, your vibe, your tribe help you out. So accepting help is what they're telling me to tell you. Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. So, oh, okay. All right, Kat, so you're asking about finances as well, and I'm going to come back to the other page too to check on those 2, the other finance questions. So you wanted to make sure you've got enough money for the holiday. So I'm going to see what you need to do. All right, so step 1, step 2, outcome. We're going to see what do you need to do to attract more financial abundance into your life so you can afford to do the things you want to do. All right, so so you would have got a lot from the manifesting chat we just had to help you really focus on and hone in on those wishes that you have, which is really fantastic. Visualize yourself there as well, where you want to go, and that you're paying easily and not having to borrow money. Like, just do a really good visualization. So we'll just do, if there's anything else you need to know, step 1, step 2, outcome, to help you with some financial abundance at the moment. Cards keep flipping over today. It's like I'm all clumsy. So much energy from all you guys, oh, I love it. Okay, steps for you to take. Let's get you up north. Step 1, step 2. Outcome. Oh, beautiful outcome. All right, so the outcome card, I'll start with that, is the door to value, which means if you do these steps that I'm about to tune in for you, the doors will be opening with financial abundance. How perfect is that? All right, so what are the steps, she says? Tell me. Step 1, okay, is the woman holding heart. I'm just drawn to the numbers of 4, if the numbers resonate with you as a confirmation. All right, so just bringing into your heart. So when you're manifesting, this is like an added thing for you specifically to do, Kat, is to focus on why. You know, the why is you want to go visit your boys, which is beautiful. So focus on the feelings behind what you want to do. As long as your manifestation and the reason for abundance comes from a heart-centered place and not for selfish reasons, you're way more likely to attract it. So thinking about it like that, and this is a tip for everybody anyway. So thinking, really focusing on the heart and what you want to do and what you want to create and why you want this money. All right. Step 2 is hostilities card, right? So the hostilities card means there's some work you need to do around money. Thinking that it's the root of all evil, or it's a pain and it's annoying that things cost money, things like that. So you want to remove some negative connotations you have with that. If you feel like you can work on those yourself, fantastic. Maybe you can find a meditation or something where you just release negative energy around money. All right. Otherwise, you can book in with someone like me. There's others that do it too, to release some negative beliefs that aren't serving you around money. So there's a bit of work to do there because of maybe how you were brought up, for example, and the beliefs you've had. We get told certain things over our lives and then it kind of like ingrains into us. So there's like some negative entity around money. So we want to clear that up. And then you'll have abundance all the time. It feels like not just for this. All right, so a bit of shifting to do. So I'm excited for you. Okay, let's go find these other questions on the other page. Hopefully you gave me some more specific questions. Tanya, found you. So more abundance for a new home. All right, we're going to do the same kind of question for you. And I hope you've been listening to those tips I was just giving because it's very similar advice. And I love that we're all in the financial theme with manifesting. Or maybe it's because I was talking about manifesting, you're all thinking financially. Either, that's what you need to hear today. So what do you need to do, Tanya, specifically for you to help attract that new home? Yeah. A one that you can afford, that you're happy with, some financial abundance. I'm excited. This feels good. It's a good vibe already I'm picking up, which is really good. So let's see what you need to do specifically. Besides, it might be besides what we've been talking about, or it might be confirmation of what we've already been talking about. Who's... Yes, I just saw your emoji there. Love it. Hey, Solaretta. Thank you for tuning in and saying hello. Love seeing your beautiful face on here all the time. All right, so what steps do you need to take? Tanya, I'm going to do step 1, step 2, outcome. Step 1. Sorry, don't mean to laugh. It's just not surprising that card came up. Step 2, and then outcome. All right, just going to do one more card to confirm the outcome, just to go with the outcome card, then I'll explain it to you a bit better. One more card to help me with the outcome for you, Tanya, if you do these things. Right. Okay. Step 1 for you is to relax. It's like your brain is only thinking about money all the time, and it's hard when it's a prominent part of your mind and you're basing your decisions around it, and you feel like that's the biggest thing you need to rely on. I get it. I know it's hard. We've been through, oh my gosh, such a journey with my money story in my life, and then other people around me. The way I was brought up to think about money. Holy moly. This is just a sit back and relax and try not to let it take over your daily thoughts all the time. What are you happy about now? What is working in your life? What is, I just got goosebumps. What is giving you goosebumps? What's fun? What joy do you have? Rather than what you don't have, especially if it's around because of money. Okay, what wonderful things do you have because of money, for example? Focus on that instead. When you pay a bill, or especially unexpected something breaks down or something, and a lot of that's happened for people in Mercury retrograde, which has just finished now. Just put your hand up if something broke in your house, and maybe it's just started working again miraculously, because that's what happens in my house all the time during retrograde, or that you had to get fixed or replaced. So when that happens, for example, Tanya and everybody else, instead of thinking, oh no, I've had to dip into my savings or I've had to borrow money or whatever to replace that item, what could you say instead? So rather than attracting more lack because you're complaining about the lack of money or what you had to do to replace it, what's great about what just happened? Maybe it's that you are grateful that you had a savings account you could get money from, or you had someone that you could borrow off, which was nice enough to lend you the money. Being grateful for the fact that you have a brand new appliance. It's going to last like another 20 years, hopefully, that you won't have to replace now for ages. That works better than your last one, or saves more water or electricity or something like that. There's always something. There's always something to be grateful for. So this is like for everybody. I feel like I'm reading for it at the same time. And you've been working on this, fantastic. Oh gosh, good morning, Katie. What are you doing up? The second part is a step to take is it's the all tied up card. So it's to realize that a lot of your money manifestation is being around your own restrictions of how you talk to yourself. So it's basically confirming everything I was just talking about now. It's how you've been thinking and what you say about money. Yeah, it's really tuning in and changing your words. And it's a work. You need to keep at it and believe that money is a good thing and not like the root of all evil. And it's an energy exchange. Just change that connection. Really work on it though, because you're going to go backwards and you will find that you accidentally slip up and say some negative things about money again. But then just correct it and change it, and then focus on something you're grateful for to help balance it out, to really shift that energy for you. The outcome is, which is amazing, I've got the anxiety and attachment cards, which is positive. I'm seeing them upside down, so it's okay. The very similar energy cards that you will release anxiety about money and the attachments you have to things that are holding you back. So it's going to just shift. There's so much shifting. You actually have quite a bit of, very similar to the last reading actually. Thank you for the love. I'm seeing love hearts popping up. You just have quite that negative connotation around money being a pain in the ass, basically. We want to shift that. So it's going to release those attachments and beliefs around it. So again, I can work with you with that, with some theta healing and things to help you, if you like, or whoever you're drawn to, whichever, anyone, or you can do it yourself. But it's a bit harder on your own sometimes. So if you need me, just reach out and book in with me for theta healing session to help remove those negative beliefs around money. And we'll put some new feelings in. Otherwise, anything else can just pop in your head again. We want to just shift those beliefs like that to help you have a great relationship with money and abundance instead. Yes, exactly. All right, let's have a look if there's any more specific questions. Scanning. I can't see a specific question there, so I'm going to look on here. Kerry, I wish to be well to go back to work on Wednesday. That's really great manifesting. So Kerry, you are well. I am healthy and well. That's your motto. I am healthy and well. Just keep saying it. I'm healthy and well. That's my favorite. I say it constantly all the time. Before all this COVID stuff, right? This was my favorite example. And I still do it now. You know, when somebody would have when a cold was a cold. Sorry. And you got to hug somebody who had the cold or a flu, and they would say, don't come near me, I'm sick, I don't want to give you the flu. Right? I would always say, and I do this now, it's okay, I'm healthy and well, and I'll give them a big hug and a kiss anyway. And I am healthy and well. I don't get sick. I'm just healthy. So it's an energy, right? You can just keep saying it. I'd have people, my partner sleeping next to me in my face, breathing on me when they've got man flu. This is my ex. And I'd be laying there going, I'm healthy and well, I'm healthy and well. And I wouldn't get sick. Everyone in the whole house would. Right? Energy is also part of a healthy immune system. Yeah, so I want you to have that motto, especially for getting back to it. If you keep saying, I feel like crap, my back hurts, saying that stuff, you feel it, so it's really hard not to say it, especially if you're in chronic pain. And I understand, I get it, I empathize completely. I talked myself out of energetically fibromyalgia. And people say you can't cure yourself from that. Like you can't fix it. I used to get it chronically all the time and be in tears, gasping with pain, getting it in this ear, around the downside of my head. And now I can't remember the last time I got a bout of it. So, because I'm healthy and well. And I would be in so much pain and I'd be like gasping and trying not to cry and then just say, I'm healthy and well, I'm healthy and well, this dissipates really fast, I feel amazing, and just saying stuff like that. And over the years, it took a few years. So that's full on, so I get it. But you have to stick to it. Breeza, first time seeing me, hello. Kat, you just call me Sweet Cheeks. I haven't been called that for a long time. That's hilarious, thank you, I think. You're a LOA. Oh, cool, awesome. Yes, I'm glad you agree. That's good, because it's all vibration and energy. Okay, I'd love to ask if you see my partner's ex leaving him alone anytime soon. Okay, Breeza. Let's have a look at that. Alright, she's hanging around. It's annoying you, I'm guessing. Okay. Well, it's not a yes or no question. I can't really ask it like that for the energy card. So I'm just going to tune in and see what I can ask, how I should ask this, and what I should look at. All right, so the energy around them. Can I get his or her name, please, actually, of the ex and your partner? Yep, just so I make sure I get the right energy. And because there's so many people on here, and then you're asking kind of like about two people, so I just want their names, please. Just help make sure I don't get any muddled up people. What to ask? Partner ex leaving him alone. Okay. Anyone else have a question specifically they want to ask while I'm just waiting for those names? Well, that's a good question, Ben. I'll come back to that one. Okay, thank you, Luke and Kelly. Yep. All right, so having a look at, so the question I'm going to ask is, what's the energy around Kelly at the moment as a person? No, I'm not asking, sorry. I'm checking on the energy around Luke and Kelly. I know she's an ex, but I just want to look at the energy around them too right now. Right, see what's going on. I'm just going to ask that by itself, and then I'm going to ask a next question. Okay, then I'll know what to ask. That's just what they want me to do. I just do what I'm told when I'm doing readings. So let's have a look. The energy around the two of them at the moment. Yeah. Energy around Luke and Kelly. Okay. Yeah. I saw that card before I pulled it out. Okay, don't stress, it's okay. It's not a lovey-dovey card or anything. I just want I'm just going to get some clarity on it. It's okay. All right. So I got the contract card, okay? So this means, like, before, long story short, as most of you might know or not, I'm not sure how in depth to explain it to you, but we all make contracts with other souls before we come here for the lessons we need to learn. In short, long story short. So they've obviously have a contract together because they've been in a relationship, just as you have one with Luke now because you're in a relationship. You would have also made the contract with her because you're interacting and stuff still. So you'll have lessons and you're like, okay, I need to learn this lesson, I need to learn this. Cool, we're all going to come into each other's lives at this time, and help each other work out that stuff. All right, so she could have been, you're going to love it, she could have been like your bestie in another life and just promised to be like the thorn in your side that's doing your head in this life to teach you a lesson or to teach Luke a lesson or whatever. She's working on her own stuff, so that's just how it goes. All right, so they're in a contract. That's the energy around them at the moment, is the contract that needs to get cancelled now. We're done. Like, you're like, okay, we're done, they don't need to see each other anymore. So yeah, the connection is still there, and if she's hanging on and keeps like being around, she's having a hard time detaching. So what would be fantastic is, it's a stronger version. Have you heard of cord cutting? You can do some cord cutting stuff. A stronger version would be, she's a friend they started. We've been together 17 years. She was a friend. Okay. All right. There's a connection there that you don't need. Okay. So we want to cut, let's not cut the cord. What I do is theatre healing, which is cancelling the contracts, because, okay, lesson learned, we don't need that connection anymore. Let's sort it out. It either improves relationships that you have that you want to stick around, or it gets people out of your life. See you later. Contract cancelled. Remove soul fragments that they have of each other too. But in order to do this, I would need Luke to be willing to book in for the theatre healing, and I would return his soul fragments, that the ones she's carrying of his, clean them and send them back to him, and vice versa. So you don't have your energy on that other person. Cancel the contracts and helps it like separate, so you don't feel their stuff. Just finalizes things better. It's great for exes, people that have hurt you in the past, relationships you want to improve that are current, things like that. Yeah. And he left. Yeah, okay. So there's just that connection. We need to cancel it. If you don't want to book in, or if he's not into that for theatre healing, that's okay. You can just try cord cutting exercises. I don't actually know any off my head. You can look it up on YouTube or something like that. Yeah, it's just that connection there that needs to be like severed, so it's finished. If he's open to that, coming to see me or someone like me, or at least writing a letter to her to get everything off his chest. Ask what he would like with love though, like nothing, you don't wish anything bad on anyone, just say, I would like you to just please leave us alone and get on with our life, and I hope you'll stay happy, healthy and well. You write that in a letter and you burn it and send it to the universe, to send the message energetically that way. For people who, if you try to talk about this in person, they're just not going to get it, or they're going to argue or cry or whatever, and you just want to have an even conversation. So that I will talk about psychic conversations and the letter writing thing in another video, in more in depth. Okay, I hope that helps. Can you tell me if there's any chance Adrian will approach me anytime soon, or should I move on? Ooh, I think you've put in the name in there to be more specific. Okay, Harpreet. So what I'm just getting straight away when I'm reading that again is, why does he need to approach you? If you want something, go get it. And that's not my personal opinion. Well, it is actually anyway, but I'm just getting that. But let's have a look. All right, so let's have a look at the energy around. It's not, I can't ask a yes or no question specifically because it's not really going to say that, but I'll ask the energy around. You want to know if he's going to approach you, so it's energy around the idea of Adrian approaching you anytime soon, as you worded it. What's the energy around that? I feel like he feels like he's being pressured or nagged. Like, have you dropped hints? Has somebody else dropped hints to him or something? Or something like that. Like, he wants to do things on his own terms and make things feel like it's his own idea, is what I'm just getting. So that's that. So we're going to have a look for you to see if there's anything else. If there's anything you can do to help this along. All right, so yeah, I'm just going to do a step 1, step 2 outcome. Is there anything you can do to help along this relationship? And then we'll know if you should move on or not, or stick by it or wait or whatever it is you need to do. Okay? Step 1, step 2, outcome. Is there anything you should do to move this relationship along? I love helping people have a bit of a plan of action. This is why I do what I do. Okay. Whatever energy has been before between you two, it's shifted now. So it feels like a bit of a rocky road. Because the outcome is still a storm warning. Like it's not a good idea. I'd say move on, basically. Because even the steps are contradictory. It's like, don't focus on lack. Or, yeah, okay. The steps are like the same, being the same thing. And I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Yep. No, I don't want to sneeze on a live. Thank you for taking that away. I sneeze really girly too. It's like, achoo! Yeah, it's like the step is like, yeah, no, it doesn't, it's not even point explaining it. Basically, it's telling me it's not a great energy, not a great place to be. So, that, yeah, tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That's what the cards are saying. So, I would move on. I'd move on from Adrian. Don't waste your time. You need to take some steps yourself, and instead of hanging around waiting for anybody anyway. Just do what, go get what you want. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Let's go back on here, this side. How do I say your name? I like to pronounce names properly because people say my name wrong all the time. Mayra? Mara. Okay. Marya. Lovely. You've asked what is your purpose. So that's a bit of it's a specific question, but oh, she's back too. But I don't have cards that will like come out with saying what job you're supposed to be doing specifically. So I would love to reword it to what steps you need to take to make sure you're in line with your purpose. And that could also give us hints and help about what your purpose is. But when you're open-minded and spiritual and you come to places like this to ask those kind of questions, your purpose is definitely going to be around serving and helping in some way because you're already interested in that area. So focus on what your interests are and what you enjoy doing, and that is your purpose. Like, you're already doing it. Because usually when people ask what is their purpose, you're already on the right track. That's just what I've come to know over the years I've been doing this, okay? So I'm just going to check for you, darling, what steps you need to take to help you be more in line with your purpose. Or you might be on the right track and it might just say, you know, keep doing what you're doing. So I will have a look at that for you. Step 1, step 2, outcome. Step 2, outcome. Make sure you're in line with your purpose. Step 2. Oh, Mariah. Thank you so much for clarifying that. It's just really cool spelling. I love it. Thank you. So 1, step 2, outcome. Alrighty. So to help you keep in line with your purpose. Wow. Interesting. Alright, so I got the Sacral Chakra first, which is chakra of creativity and your inner goddess and sexuality and motivation, all that juicy, awesome energy, orange energy with Archangel Ariel or Ariel, however you want to say it. There, okay? So this is so yeah, whatever you're doing already, I feel like you need to keep doing or get back into your creative energy, honoring that chakra and eating things that are orange, keeping the color around you. Any creative pursuit that you have, I would like keep focused on that. That's step 1. Step 2 is the card is a journey card. So, and funnily enough, it feels like you need to shift and move, like change your location and space, but it also feels like energetic journeying, like shamanic kind of journeying. Yeah, traveling out of your body. is what it feels like, is a step. And I don't usually get that when I get that card, so they're specifically adding that in there. Yeah. And it does feel, you said, does it focus on spiritual? It does feel like that. That's what it's saying, to do what you're already doing, but there's creative energy in that, and healing, sacral chakra stuff along the way. And the outcome card is the throat chakra card. So you're going, it's like you're going to be communicating what you do. It's not a quiet, silent, on the sidelines thing. You're going to be talking. You're going to be explaining and coaching and teaching, or speaking at events, those kind of things. So that's how, you're going to talk about it. You're going to present it out there, put yourself out there. Throat chakra. That's your outcome. So I hope that clarifies that for you. To pay more attention when you're asking about your path. It's, even if it's, you think, oh no, I can't imagine talking about what I do or teaching or explain it. That's what it's saying is the outcome for your growth, for your spiritual path. So yes. Oh, you're an artist. Well, there you go. Keep on doing that. So spiritual art. Maybe you're telling a story with your art, with the journeying card. It's like you travel outside yourself, and when you paint, maybe, or whatever art you create, it's intuitive. You channel that information and you tell a story, and then you might do live videos explaining it when you sell the item, for example. That's what that means. Okay. We'll get into it as a push it to the next level for your business. I love that. So you're on the right path. Confirmation all over the place. That's fantastic. Okay. How long have we got? All right. Regina, oh my goodness, what a question. What is the ideal way to find the best deal for a new case of spin bike within the next 3 months? Manifesting, like I was talking about before, I guess. So putting it out there that you just want to find that particular bike for the best price, but you would also put out there, may this or something better come along, because you have in your mind very specifically exactly what you want, but there might be something better that's more suitable for either your budget or your lifestyle for you that you hadn't thought of yet. So at the end of your manifesting letter or whatever it is, I would put, may this or something better come along. Just put it out there and keep, that's a great thing to manifest. Lovely Helen, I have a children question, which is great. I can answer questions like that. I tune in and see if there's any little souls around you ready and waiting to come through. So I don't shy away from those kind of questions. So you ask the right person. So could you please advise me on my fertility journey? Do you see children? Okay. All right, so I'm just going to tune in to see. As long as you're ready to hear whatever I need to tell you, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. Okay? All right, so let's tune in and see if we've got any little souls hanging around. There's two. Interestingly, both of them have been around you for a long time. They've popped in and out, okay? And I want to quickly explain to you, because we've only got a few minutes, and this is for anybody who's interested as well of how this works. The souls don't stay in the body like the whole pregnancy. They pop in and out and visit. They hang around the outside. And that's why some people feel connection with their baby sometimes and then they don't, and things like that. They pop in, and because imagine, they're a free spirit that can do whatever they want. They're not stuck in a body like part of our soul is right now. So why on earth would they want to stay inside a womb, slowly growing, being brought out of their brain for 9 months? I don't think so, when they can just do anything they want. So they don't stay the whole time, right? They do hang around the parents, often the mother, but I have seen them hang around the father before. Children choose their parents for their lessons. So they wait for the right person to come along. And I'm not saying that's why you haven't had a baby yet, but it also could be. I'm just putting that out there to explain it to you. So they pop in and out and visit, but they also have their own rent. Just because you're wanting to be a mother doesn't mean the soul that's hanging around is ready to come here yet, okay? So you might physically get pregnant and then it doesn't stay the whole term or whatever, because the soul's popped in and gone, you know what, when I'm going to be born, That's not the star sign I want, or the feng shui, or the numerology, or whatever. That's not my lesson. That's not the body I'm looking for. I have different lessons in my life. I need to come at a different time. I need my mother to be in the right place energetically, spiritually, for me to come through. Sometimes I actually need them to be not in the right place. They need to experience having a life from a mother that's makes them be born with a drug addiction, or not having a great upbringing. That's because that's their story and their lesson. So you don't know what the story of the souls are that are coming into your life at the moment. So they're choosing when they want to come, which is annoying. I get it. Like, they're choosing when they want to be there. So yeah, it can be hard. So I'm going to quickly, you'll be my last reading, darling. So if anyone doesn't want to hang around for this, that's fine. And I'm sorry if I didn't get to read for you today. But I'm just going to tune in and see if there's anything you need to do to help speed this up for you, or like bring the souls in closer. Yeah, step 1, step 2, outcome. I'm going to do for you. See what you need to do, honey. And I can happily say I've helped many people get pregnant over the years. And it's been beautiful working with them beforehand, and then when they're pregnant and talking to their babies, and then meeting the babies after. It's just the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Okay. Just going to make sure if I'm... There we go. Hope you're still watching, Helen. I haven't heard from you. So maybe comment again so I know that you're here, but otherwise you'll find this anyway. All right, so what do you need to do to help bring these babies along? Okay. Step 1, step 2, outcome. I'm just going to another card to help with the outcome. A card to confirm the outcome. Okay, right, so the first 2 steps are, I feel like because this is a card about you, this is a thinking woman, so it's going within yourself and really thinking about why you want to bring some children into the world, how it makes you feel, going back sort of to your childhood and your beliefs, and yeah, just analysing a bit about that, writing it down, like having a bit of a process of what you're looking for, planning it and writing it down, like, because I don't think you probably haven't sat down and actually really written that out, or it's a feeling in here, but they want you to get it on paper because I'm drawn to the books in this card. The second part is the caring connections card, which is a relationship between you and your partner. It's focusing on, this is what I want to start helping people with more. It's not just about the woman at the time, like her body and what she's going through. It's also about your partner. The men, it's a bit of a touchy, like we're talking about sperm now, basically. Regenerates every day. And so their mindset at the time when you're trying for a baby and things like that is important too, because that energy changes all the time. So what are they thinking about at the time, and creating and wanting that energy also forms half of the baby. So and if the souls are waiting to make sure they have a certain energy for when they're born, that feels like they want everything in place. So it's like mindfulness during the actual process of when they're created as well. So there's some thinking about that, okay? The outcome is about communication, and then I've got the contract card, which is the contract will begin of like they'll be here. So that's just confirming that the outcome is like you're calling them in, saying that my body's ready, I'm ready. So that's what they're explaining about. Does that make sense? So yeah, it's doing a bit more work on yourself, really setting your intention, and then making sure your partner's on board, which I'm sure they are, but it's like, what are they thinking about during the process, especially if you're going through other measures for help, besides any of that stuff, when you are together, thinking about the energy of what you're creating and why at the time. So you're bringing in mindful, well-adjusted, happy, shiny children new earth, for the new earth. All right, cool, awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I really loved connecting with you all. I will see you again next week. I've gone 5 whole minutes over. Whoops. Love you, and you can book online with me for the link that I've provided if you would like to have a one-on-one, especially just for you. Thank you. Bye.